All right, welcome back to Soda City Live. A longtime educator has served as both a trainer and coach, along with serving as a teacher and as a principal. But for the past 15 years, he has also served his disabled son, and he has an incredible story to share. His name is Cedric Ritchie. He is an author, he is a caregiver, and a tremendous guy. We just got the chance to just kind of sit down and swap some stories. He's detailing his journey with his son, with the hopes to inspire other families. From the perspective of a father, he joins us now to talk about Silent Conversations, incredible book that I'm certain is going to impact so many people. Thank you so much for joining us, Cedric, and let's talk a little bit about this book, because it's been a process, and I know it's going to help so many people through the eyes of a father. Talk about this journey. You're right on the precipice of releasing this book.
Yes.
I'm sure you're going through all the emotions.
Yeah, it's been a journey. You know, I'm so elated. You know, I was telling someone the other day that it kind of feels like you gave birth. You know, except I didn't have to go through the child labor of it, right?
Right.
But it was an amazing journey to go through. It was emotional at times, but it was very necessary to get those things out. And I'm sure that people will be blessed by it. And that's the whole goal, just to have some families and have people encouraged by, you know, the story.
That's what it's all about, and letting people know that they're not alone in what they're facing. Going through the journey of being a father of a child with special needs and a disabled child, what are some of the things that this book is going to share, and how's it going to connect with people?
Well, I think the main thing it's going to share is that through faith and through you know, acceptance, that you can really overcome a lot of things. It's not about so much his disability as it is what you learn from those disabilities. And I think as people, we learn a lot through our valley experiences. And, you know, working with the special needs child, along with my family, his mother, who's a great mom, and our family, you know, working through that, it allows us to, you know, make it through, and we want to be a beacon of hope to other families and other people who may be going through the same thing. Even if you don't have a disabled child, you know, if you're a parent, period, you have experienced difficulties, and we want to be able to encourage people.
Just, you know, beautiful pictures that we have, you and your son. Some of these silent conversations, give us a little bit of a preview of, you know, what that's like. I mean, it's got to be so difficult in some ways, but the connection, I'm sure, runs even deeper.
Absolutely. So when you talk about conversations, typically we think about verbal conversations, and we think about the verbal communication that we have with people. My son is nonverbal, so obviously I could not have the same verbal conversations. So it took me having to look inward and to look beyond his physical capabilities to learn lessons as a father. There are several instances in the book where I just talk about things that I've picked up in the back end of those conversations, from being a father, from increasing my faith, to just growing as a man in general. And we'll be, I think, challenged when you really think about the lesson that you can learn when you sit at the feet of an unlikely teacher.
Yeah, it's incredible. And this book will also have some supplementary materials as well, correct?
Yes, absolutely. So we're working on 3 workbooks. So we have a workbook called Silent Conversations Self-Talk, and that'll be for the readers, your everyday reader, who we want to navigate and help people navigate through those feelings that they have, negative conversations that they may have with themselves, to encourage people to do see things differently. We also want to encourage parents. So I have a parent workbook that's also going to be available, and that's to help parents with some of those tight conversations and some of those things that they have internally, as well as helping them work with their own children.
All right, so this book, when will it be available? When can people pick it up, and how can they get it?
So the book will be available on June 3rd. That's this Saturday. We're having the book release June 3rd. It's at Hayward Career Center, 3560 Lynn Haven Drive, between 12 and 2. The book will be available on purchase on site. You get a signed copy by myself. It'll also be available on Amazon at that time as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. And how long of a process was this for you to get this out?
So I had the idea for some years, actually, and you know, certain circumstances you kind of put it down and doubt, really. But the last year, I kind of picked it up and I really rolled with it. So I would say within the last 5 months, I've really got into it and finished it up. And we were talking, and you know how consuming that process can be.
Yes.
So I'm excited about the release.
Yeah, so well, we're thrilled as well, because I'm certain that this book is going to make such a difference and such an impact for families in similar straits, for men in particular. You know, being a father right ahead of Father's Day. How awesome is that?
And June being Men Mental Health Month, so you know it's important for fathers not only to have a voice, but to also speak to some of the internal trials that we have as men that we don't speak about.
Yeah. See, you know, God does all things for a reason. There's a reason you came in today, and it was a great conversation to have with you. Once again, here it is, the Hayward Career Center on Lynn Haven Drive, Saturday, June 3rd, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., silent conversations through the eyes of my father. Cedric, we appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck and God bless in the release of this book.
Thank you so much.
You bet. All right, we'll be right back after this.